What's crack-a-lack? It's your boy Broshmo, just in case you didn't know. So today we talk about not the St. Louis, but the Los Angeles Rams. How will they do after, they came so close to winning a Super Bowl? But is their Super Bowl window already closing? Well, before we get into that, go ahead, give me a subscribe, give me a like. If you enjoy the content, it's always much appreciated. Mucho gracias. But go ahead, let's get into this. The Rams. Let's take a look at the offense. Let's get to a season preview here, because honestly, I don't think that their Super Bowl window's closing. Because granted, they made a lot of big moves to get a lot of big names. Can't hold financially. You can't hold on to all that forever. So it starts with Jared Goff. They're gonna have to pay Jared Goff, who played very well minus the Super Bowl. Actually, he did play very well, but down the stretch, I think in his last 6 games of the season, he really struggled against winning teams. So there's that. But overall, you're gonna have to pay a guy like this. He's played very well the last couple of years. So I mean, he's got the talent around him. It's hard to find a franchise quarterback out here. Just ask the Dolphins. Been doing it since Marino retired. But Jared Goff, he's in good hands with Sean McVay. At running back, you got Todd Gurley, one of the best running backs in the league. Right now, knee injuries, really killing him, man. Really killing him. But that's why they drafted Darnell Henderson. Believe me, a lot of people are high on Darnell Henderson, especially in the fantasy world. He's like, I had him as a sleeper, right? And then now he's getting drafted in like the 8th round. It's like, forget that. No. But I think he provides a nice change of pace for Todd Gurley. They also have Malcolm Brown still there. So there is some depth if Gurley goes down or if they want to lighten his load a little bit. At receiver, you got a 3-headed monster in Woods, Kupp, and Cooks. I mean, not much to say about that. They are all quality receivers. He's got a lot of targets here. I mean, after that, you still have Josh Reynolds, and I really like Jalen Green out of Utah State. They picked him up. I think they got a lot. I think they're pretty set at receiver, if you couldn't tell. Tight end, they got a nice little rotation between Tyler Higbee and Gerald Everett. So that looks really good. Now, it's the offensive line that I have questions about, not the tackle spots. The tackles, you got some proven monsters. Andrew Whitworth has been playing like a monster. Even harkening back to the days of the Bengals, he played very well. But he is getting older. Robert Havenstein's been very consistent on that right side. But I mean, you go in between the guards and like both guard spots and the center. Very unproven guys here. Joseph Noteboom, Brian Allen, and Austin Blythe. I mean, they didn't even address this really in the draft, which surprised me. They actually more so addressed the tackle spot. They picked up David Edwards out of Wisconsin and Bobby Evans out of Oklahoma. And I could see them maybe moving Evans inside to guard. But I mean, I think they want to see what they got with these guys. But definitely probably the most glaring weakness on this offense. I mean, this offense is still going to be pretty high-powered, but just got to point it out. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look at this defense, because this defense has probably the best defensive player to ever take the field, Aaron Donald. I mean, not since the days of LT has there been a guy like this, an unstoppable force like this. He's a 2-time, probably going to be a 3-time defensive player of the year. The guy is just a monster, and he really holds this defense together. I mean, he's constantly bringing in pressure, and it's just wild. Michael Brockers has been a very reliable starter there on the other side. And then they picked up Greg Gaines in the draft. Probably played nose, and I think it's a good fit. They also have Tanzel Smart there. So I mean, if they don't want to initially play Gaines, which I think they will. I think Gaines was very phenomenal for Washington last year. Washington Huskies, not Redskins. But on the edge there, you got Dante Fowler, who really didn't play well till the playoffs. After they traded, they dumped a 3rd round pick to Jacksonville. So I don't know. This is a make or break. He's on a franchise tag. Again, make or break. On the other side, they have Samson Ibaka. He hasn't really performed well, and they didn't really bring in other pass rushers to challenge these guys. On the inside, I mean, they brought in Clay Matthews, but Clay Matthews, I think they're going to kind of use inside and outside. So there's that, and then Corey Littleton, Lighton, he's played okay. He's played okay. So there's some spots they probably could work on there at linebacker. But the secondary, I think, will look a lot better this year. Especially Marcus Peters down the stretch looked much better. Granted that they were kind of scheming for him, Wade Phillips and all. But he looked much better, and if they could do a little bit of the same, then it'd be all right. Talib, yeah, he's, again, at this point, he's a reliable veteran. He's still playing at not necessarily a very high level, but a high enough level. Roby Coleman in the nickel. Again, he's one of the more well-established slot corners in the game. They brought in Eric Weddle to replace Joyner, and even more so, they drafted Taylor Rapp, who I thought is a phenomenal pick to come in there and probably eventually take over for Weddle. Because honestly, John Johnson, he can move. He can play either safety spot. I just put Weddle here because, I mean, Ed Free, because it was a monster last year at free safety. But the dude's like 34 right now, 34, I think. But the defense, I think, should still play well. Granted, their pass rush or their edge rushers could be a little better, but you have Aaron Donald, so I won't worry too much. Let's take a look at the schedule, because the schedule gets a little dicey. I mean, again, you got to face the Seahawks, and the 49ers are a much better team, a much improved team, but your home games are difficult. You got the Saints, Ravens, the Bears can be a difficult one too. And then away, you're facing the Browns, Steelers, and Falcons, Cowboys. There's a lot of fun games to watch this year with the Rams and some of these guys. So it'll be an extremely fun team to watch. I think this team is talented enough to be at least a 10-win team. I have them projected at 11-5. So I think they will get a chance to make another run at the Super Bowl. And on top of that, I mean, this is just going to be a fun team to watch. You have the best defensive player in all of football. What's not to like? That's been the video. Do the YouTube stuff. And you can check me out on Twitch at Broshmo Gaming. I do it I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So feel free to check that out. But until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.